All right, yeah. Back with more of the IDW Transformers universe, and this is the, well, as Matt put it, the second installment in it, which is Stormbringer. And before anybody asks, this has nothing to do with the sword from the Elric novels.
I get it.
Okay, so this one was published between July and October of 2006. So, yeah, still not at the point where the comics can start writing the hype of the movie yet. Yeah, but I think we can. But I think we can at least discuss a couple things, like as Matt brought up in the previous stream. Even like Infiltration sort of. Would it be fair to say that it reviewed kind of mixed?
Yeah. I don't think it's as hated as any of the later live-action Transformers movies, specifically The Last Night. But it did well enough to warrant another miniseries.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like it at least did fine sales wise, but like can you remember like what the critical reception was?
Not entirely. The internet was not as populated as it is now.
Okay. Well, I do remember you bringing up that that some of the feedback back with it was that there was too much human focus, not enough Transformer action.
Which is why the cover of the trade paperback is nothing but Transformers fighting.
Yeah. And if you guys can't tell, like we are like I brought in like if you can't tell from the image that's on screen right now, like we are getting an absolute upgrade from the last issue in the art department. Again, I don't have anything bad to say about EJ Sue's art. It was fine. That was the best thing I could say about it. But
this is Don Figueroa.
Yes, this is like, what's a good analogy for this? This is like going from I am
from Rob Liefeld to Stan Kirby, Jack Kirby.
No, because like I said, EJ Sue wasn't bad. That it was just his art was fine. I mean, it was I'm trying to think. Guitarist. I'm trying to think of a guitar player who's like not outstanding, but he's a good worker.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm kind of drawing a blank on that.
This is also one of the times where Don Figueroa actually designed a toy for
Mm-hmm.
the Transformers line.
Mm-hmm.
Jetfire in this would go on to be Classics Jetfire.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, we're so yeah. Now this so it's fair to say that we are getting not just an upgrade in the art. I mean, like it's still Simon Furman, obviously, but yeah. Well, oh, wait, no. It's still Simon Furman, so we know at least the script is going to be good. But yeah, like we have God, God, with all the music I listen to, you'd think I could. Ah, no, I think I got it because we were just You know what? I got it. We were just listening to some. This is like going from. This is like going from. Let's see, who's that? Who does the lead guitar for Smashing Pumpkins? I think it's Billy Corgan. Oregon. That wouldn't surprise me. Where's it though? Like I said, okay, yeah. This is like going from Billy Corgan to Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, I love Smashing Pumpkins. I love Billy Corgan, but like Eddie Van Halen was on a completely different level for guitar playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, EJ Sue, good solid artist. Don Figueroa, completely different level.
I think there's also this just solidifies the whole they're doing this to appease the fan base because of how little Transformers there were in the infiltration storyline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, for what it was trying to accomplish, it did that well. But yeah, I do kind of see the issue because it's like you go into pick up a Transformers comic, you want to see Transformers fighting each other. So this one is going to fix all of that. So here we go. And almost forgot you. Right. So
Yeah, so I think you can see the inspiration from the original Jetfire toy.
yeah. All right. It's, I guess, and it's also seems like it's another deal where you combine all the covers and you get a single image. And because this was the same Jetfire we saw in the poster that I used.
This is basically part of the back cover to the Stormbringer trade paperback.
Yeah. Like I mean, just to kind of talk about Don Figueroa's style. God, it's such a shame he's not working in the business anymore. Or because it's like this guy has such a natural with designing mechs.
Yeah, well, when you get screwed over as many times as he has, you tend to get burned out.
I don't blame him for it, dude. It's just
Yeah.
look what we lost.
Yeah, I blame Pat Lee and Andy Smith. Of course, to be fair, Andy Smith, with a last name like that, you know you're gonna get screwed over.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's just like the way he draws them is just they're kind of there's a bulkiness to them, but they don't look. And it works, like they and it also kind of makes them naturally look more like giant robots.
Yeah. By the way, I just remembered something.
Yeah.
The IDW comics do eventually ride off the popularity of the movies with the ongoing series of Mike Costa.
Yeah. Oh, and look, he snuck in a signature on Cybertron
Yep.
right there. Yeah.
Gotta look for it.
Yeah. That's great. That's great, Don. But yeah, they're bulky and you can see all the detail. Like, man, this guy should have been. This guy could have done so much more. He could be doing so much more now. All right.
Funny story I heard.
Yep.
A toy company wanted to get in contact with Pat Lee to design mecha toys.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what happened to make them reconsider?
What?
They read his bio on the Transformers wiki.
That's so funny.
Consequently, they, because of that, they got in touch with Don Figueroa.
Yeah. Now this, I suspected at first was a Nick Roach variant, but it is not. It looks. It is actually Don Figueroa and Josh Burcham.
Yep.
But it does kind of. I think the reason why is because I saw like Overlord make a similar pose in Last Stand of the Wreckers.
He's probably inspired by that.
You know, with how like Nick Roach doesn't draw as detailed as it doesn't draw as detailed, but I definitely can see it.
He draws more cartoonish.
Yeah. And there is a version without the colors so that you can color it yourself, I think. Don't need to talk about that.
Huh.
For countless years, civil war has gripped Cybertron, an escalating series of conflicts between the heroic Autobots and the evil Decepticons that have shaken the planet to its core. So focused on each frontier or beachhead, neither faction spared a thought for the planet itself and the untold damage they were doing to it and their future, until now. 2006. Hold the phone. I'm going to look something up. Yeah, the War for Cybertron game came out in 2010. You know, I bet they pulled from this a little bit.
Because they probably, to be honest, they take a lot from Simon Furman.
Well, I say this in particular because I remember one thing coming up in the game story was that the war itself was devastating the planet, mostly because of Megatron's dark energon experiments. Even now. Oh, wait a minute. I think this is Optimus, isn't it?
I'm gonna pull out my copy.
Because if it is, I have to do the voice.
I think so, but in page right after it, it's Jetfire.
Hmm.
Maybe it's Thunderwing.
Even now, the memory is seared onto my subconscious. It emerges, swathed in flame and dripping white phosphorus. In those rare reflective moments when my mental defenses are down, Time and again, I am dragged back to the very heart of the raging, howling storm that we brought down on ourselves, and though the front has long passed, its calamitous echoes linger still. Alright, so, Cybertron. So this is a bit of a prequel story.
Well, it happens around the same time as Infiltration.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, so...
Optimus Prime gets the call from Ironhide.
I forgot. I had read this miniseries before, but it had been years and I kind of skimmed through it. Alright, so we got Jetfire leading a... Shit, what was this again? Oh, Science and Survey Vessels. Yep, that's right. How many people in the chat know that his backstory, or he had him said he was a scientist? I know you know that, Matt.
I think anyone who grew up watching Generation 1 cartoon series knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you only read the Marvel comic, well, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole rabbit hole to Jetfire that we don't have time to go down.
Shockwave built him in Generation 1 Marvel comic.
I was gonna talk about how because he was based off a Macross mech, he became a legal nightmare for Hasbro for a while.
You know, the funny thing is, there were a lot of toys that were legal nightmares because of how they were getting the toys. The records are made up of a number of those.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so... Okay, so they're in orbit around Cybertron, scanning what I'm guessing is Energon. Afterburner Energon. That's been contaminated with some elemental material from a far-flung corner of the universe. Oh, and apparently Cybertron's atmosphere is completely degraded, which I don't understand. I thought they didn't need to breathe.
Well, remember how Transformers had a negative reaction to raw energon in Beast Wars?
Yeah, but that was because it was unrefined and there was just too much for the... And also, so their bodies were made purposely smaller than the Autobots and the Decepticons so that they could be more energy efficient. There was just too much for their bodies to take.
Well, imagine cosmic bombardment. There's radiation in space, therefore probably gonna need protection from that.
I guess, but... I guess... Now I'm tempted to do that. Now I'm tempted to read this with an Al Gore voice. With the degradation of Cybertron's atmosphere, the incidence of direct impacts from comets and other space debris has intensified. It's possible this hybrid is the reaction. And if so, it supports my theory that Cybertron is gradually, albeit on a cosmic timescale, healing itself, undoing what was done. So what are they going to do about it? It's probably not worth mentioning, but we're pretty much now in contravention of pretty much every C command directive concerning Cybertron. Probably not, but noted. If you'd rather stay on the Calabayo... I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce that. Yeah, so they're getting back on... Okay. So they got also... Yeah, I see what you meant, because now they got to put up shields. Shields just to protect themselves.
Yep.
And Cybertron's a post-apocalyptic wasteland. And there's definitely no doubt that the war completely wrecked the planet, but it's like, you know, trying to think like was this kind of like around when they started showing Cybertron as being kind of a wasteland in most media going forward? Because like I remember the G1 cartoon, you could tell yeah, it had seen better days, but the planet was still more or less intact. It was just low on energon.
Yeah.
Like even the Unicron trilogy anime didn't even really show it that badly devastated. Like, and actually, I mean, in the case of Armada, the only reason they took the fight to Earth was because they were going after the Minicons. So, yeah. Like, the first time I can remember, like, Cybertron being completely ruined by the war, when it was probably in the 2007 movie.
I think to a degree they all had their basic idea of Cybertron.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now they have found some place that's very eerily familiar, and some place they did not want to come back to.
It has absolutely nothing to do with Thunderwing.
Oh, jeez. So, Megatron did not destroy the planet this time.
Well, he was going to.
Prime, don't die on me. Oh, it is me. Prime, don't die on me. Not yet. You don't get off that easy. Megatron. The adversary has breached the siege wall. It's now or never. Get up, Prime, and fight. This isn't over. Optimus Prime. Sir? Oh. Searchlight. Excuse me. What is it? Priority pulse wave. Transmission from Earth. Your direct attention. Earth. Small body in the Sol system. Right, yes. Prowls detachment. Decepticon infiltration unit in siege mode. Ahead of schedule. Threat level undetermined. Curious. Monitor and keep me updated. Sir, I'll be in the pinnacle. Actually, you know what? I think that's it. I think these text boxes were Optimus, not just because of the red outline, but the way he's
Huh.
but the way he's writing it.
Yeah,
I mean, what he said,
probably.
what he no, I mean like what he's saying. This okay, so for people not familiar, Simon Furman had a very particular way of how he wrote Optimus. When Simon Furman wrote Optimus, the the burden of leadership weighed heavy on him. And like what he's saying like right here. This this kind of sounds like the way he wrote it. The vertiginous descents into my own personal purgatory persist. Even the business of running a bitter war of attrition does nothing to stave off the dark foreboding fracturing of my psyche. I see the end. But the shuddering, lurching instant brings scant comfort, for I know deep down it never ends. Like, like you would know, Matt. Like Furman, like Simon Furman, he really got into the psychology of Optimus, right?
Yeah, and it never ends is a feminism.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're set. Strafe, ready. Jeff, far be it for me to resist my scientific curiosity, but should we be doing this? I mean, if this is the spot where it all went down, literally, perhaps we should leave well enough alone. Believe me, Scattershot, I have my own misgivings, but if we don't investigate, if we pretend whatever it is just isn't here, we may precipitate a fresh cataclysm. All this because we didn't ask the questions, didn't look beyond our own narrow little concerns. We were so fixated on whatever frontier we were defending or advancing, we never looked out to see what we were doing to the planet. Yet. War is bad for the environment. Yeah, we get it. I kid. Oh, looks like I skipped something.
Huh.
Oh, brilliant, all typical, all the brilliant, innovative minds we had on tap. And a Decepticon was the first to realize what short-sighted, blinkered gear grinders we all were.
I love when a Decepticon does that. Sorry.
It's... No, it's just... I'm appreciating the irony of it. I came to you because regardless of allegiance, you are scientists, and as such must appreciate the gravity of my findings. Oh, yeah. God, maybe I should have given Thunderwing the Al Gore voice. I mean, it would not fit. It wouldn't fit, but it'd be funny.
Well, you wouldn't have to. You won't be able to give it that often.
Yeah, because he's not. Yeah, he's not gonna be in the book that much, is he?
He is gonna be in it, but he doesn't talk much.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, Thunderwing told Jetfire, "Hey, our war is ruining the planet, and we can't stop it. We just need to figure out a way we can survive it." And it wasn't just Jetfire. It was a bunch of other scientists on Cybertron, because I also see Starscream in there. And, yeah, guys, Starscream's backstory also says he's a scientist.
As weird as that sounds.
Yeah. And for anyone asking why Shockwave is not here, Shockwave has a very interesting backstory in this universe, which we won't get into yet.
All that matters is that he went missing.
So, they're going to have to look it up. So they launch a probe into... Is it a canyon? A gorge? I think it's a gorge. Yeah. They're going to find out what's in there. Figure out if I guess they can undo some of the damage.
Not likely.
Yeah. And just when it seems like they're getting ready to pack up and leave, they get attacked. And I just realized Jetfire's traveling with the Technobots.
Yep. Because they're also brainiacs.
They're nerds. Nerds under the G1 cartoon were built by Grimlock.
Of all characters.
The episode is... If you've seen the episode, you know why. Seems like whoever's attacking them has active camo on. So... Oh, that means they're elites.
Elite Decepticons.
Did you just step on my Halo joke?
Yes.
It's they're just shooting blindly because they can't see anything. And it's working about as well as you think it would. It's not getting better. They can see them a little bit, but they are completely screwed. And now we get to see the leader. Nor not. Oh, slag. I wonder if that's been a problem in reprint.
Well, it's kind of funny in multiple ways because it's also the name of a Dinobot.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, okay, like the short version, guys. Slag is a very, very, very rude word for women in the UK. It got Beast Wars in trouble a lot when it aired there. Because they said it so often. And it looks like the crew in orbit is about to get hit with missiles.
Of course. They always do.
And it's completely blown out of the sky. Oh, wait. Hold up. I forgot. The crash of distant thunder unleashes yet another blinding flash of bitter memory. There is no hiding from it what did and didn't do. We used and abused our world and in the process created a monster. Our folly, our ignorance, our short-sightedness given dread shape and form. It took everything we had and more to stop it, to halt its flailing, apocalyptic advance. But even then it was not the creature that yielded, but Cybertron itself. As if it had been one last selfless act of sacrifice, it took our sin and swallowed it whole. Some transgressions, though, are simply too big to stay buried. With dire certainty, I know that one day, perhaps later, perhaps sooner, The storm will rise again, and even in the farthest corners of the universe, we will hear its name. Thunder, 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 thunder. It appears that Thunderwing has an entire cult worshipping him.
Which everyone will recognize as the mystic characters from The War Within Volume 2.
Okay, you're gonna have... How much do we have to unpack with that?
Basically, it's Bludgeon and his group of Decepticon cultists. They all have some belief in the mysticism.
So, here we are, issue 2. Don't really need to talk too much about this. We got all... Although I guess I would say that, especially if you got a good look at the poster, something that really makes losing Don Figueroa a tragedy. This guy was probably as good as George Perez when it came to packing in a lot of characters and still keeping them distinct. Especially considering he's working with Transformers. Like, you can... Like, no two Transformers here look alike. Like, every single one's distinct and unique. Like, I see Optimus, I see Bumblebee, I see Sideswipe, I see Sunstreaker, I think that's Cosmos. No, wait, that's Cosmos. That, I think, is Hoist? Or maybe it's Hound. That's Omega Supreme, obviously. There's Jazz.
Yep.
There's Cliff Jumper. There's Perceptor. There's Warpath. I think that's... Is that
That looks like Blaster.
Yeah, it's what I was gonna say. Blaster. And there's Grimlock. There's Springer. Oh wait, no, that's not Grimlock. That's Soundwave. I'm stupid.
Yep.
That's Thundercracker. There's Tripticon. There's Prowl. Well, and we can kind of see a Megatron. Yep, that's Megatron. Yeah. Like George Perez was about the only other comic artist I could think of who could work with these many characters. Like, you know, like that iconic cover from Crisis on Infinite Earth? Even if you've never read it, I know you've seen that, Matt.
What?
The cover for Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's a legendary DC book.
Yeah.
Like, as some of the best that's work George Perez ever did. Like, Don Figueroa was like right in that same stratosphere. Because it's like finding an artist who can render a lot of detail and still keep the image readable is one thing. Finding an artist who can work with this many characters on a scale like, okay, I'm just gonna show you guys as again. So yeah. Okay, so I got so yeah. Like, on screen, you guys should be seeing in the poster that was made up of the combined covers. There's like dozens of characters there, and all of them are completely distinct and readable. Artists that can do that are very rare. Alright. Alright, enough.
He definitely got a lot of experience in his fan art days.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Nebulos. That's a well that Transformers media goes back to a lot.
Headmasters.
Yeah. 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 We saw the signs, the portents, the dark clouds gathering on our horizons, and yet we averted our eyes, pretended it wasn't coming. And in doing so, we unleashed a storm of even greater magnitude, one that so very nearly destroyed us all. You're insane. That thing took us to the very edge. Listen to me, Bludgeon. You can't control it. You just can't. I do not seek to control it. Merely guide it. Direct it. Worlds will burn. A mass sacrifice will appease the spirit of this planet and return it to its once and former glory. You actually believe that, don't you? Primacron, protect us. We visited this apocalypse on ourselves. We took something magnificent and turned it into a wasteland. And if there is blame to be apportioned, Jetfire, you must shoulder your due share. You knew. We were warned. How much of it is a very iconic move by Furman to go to Bludgeon, because he's a deep cut into when it comes to Transformers characters. Like, the most mainstream exposure he's gotten recently was in the Cyberverse cartoon.
I think he likes characters that he can do whatever he wants with.
And Dinobots.
Yeah. With the exception of this universe, because the Dinobots don't come about until much later on.
And yet you didn't. So, yep. Thunderwing warned them. He was right. Jetfire will admit he was right about what was happening. He was just wrong about the solution. And that solution was?
The Pretenders.
So, Matt, can you unpack Pretenders?
Basically, they are Transformers that had organic cells that could pass off as human forms.
Mm-hmm.
There was probably the most well known of them were Bumblebee, Jazz, Grimlock, and Starscream.
Mm-hmm. And in this universe, Thunderwing invented Pretenders.
Yeah, in the Marvel G1 comic, it was Megatron. Because apparently Megatron was a mad genius in that one.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. So yeah, well we get Bludgeon wants to apparently whatever Thunderwing did with the Pretender tech, it was like either incomplete or imperfect, and Bludgeon's trying to fix it. And he's using the Technobots as guinea pigs.
Basically, it drove him insane.
Meanwhile, has this been verified? Yes, sir. The message buoy was definitely launched by the Calabaya. We've tried hailing her, and nothing, just dead space. Action? Is that Beachcomber?
Searchlight.
No. A rogue energy trace detected in the immediate vicinity of Thunderhead Pass. Missiles launched from roughly the same coordinates. Searchlight. Get me the wreckers.
And your favorite character's popping up soon.
Yes. My man Springer. I have the War for Cybertron figure sitting on my desk right by my Skywarp and Overlord figure. What do you mean it's a lost cause? Of course it's a lost cause. That's why we're here. Say again? No, I don't care if it's phase 60. We don't see this world of the Decepticons without one heck of a kick and struggle. Listen, Blue Streak, get your squad out here now. Or you'll miss all the fun. The short version for the Wreckers, they're basically Autobot commandos.
And in this case, they're the squad that goes into the lost causes.
Scoop, how's my storm tunnel coming? Slowly, Springer, slowly. The local rock is very dense. Primercron knows how the Decepticons got their siege mode armature placed. Honest, virtuous effort, Scoop. Tell Twin Twist to keep at it. Springer! Ops command! It's urgent! Isn't it always? Give it here. Yes. No. Threat from Prime, you say? Or Varus? One big disaster area. And that's never stopped us in the past. Okay, but I hate leaving a battle half fought. Roadbuster, pull him out. Someone's from on high. We're being redeployed. To? Home. Cybertron. I'm begging you, don't do it! This thing, it's not a containable quantity. It's a force of nature. You can't seriously hope to direct it. Like some guided missile, it'll overwhelm you. Just roll right over you. It's just too big. I understand your awe. It's how we felt when we first exhumed the entity from the depths into which it fell. But it can be done. The neural space is void. All trace of volition or sentience burned out in its last flailing rampage. Via the uplink, I can imprint my will, provide rudimentary impulses and navigational prompts. The rest, well, it'll be a case of doing what comes naturally. Like every other mad scientist before him, Bludgeon is arrogant enough to think he's in control of what he's messing with.
Also interesting how he's able to talk without a mouth.
I mean, lots of Transformers don't have mouths.
Yes, but it looks like his mouth has been completely removed. His lower jaw was completely removed.
Yeah. And Jetfire's had enough of this. He is gonna do whatever it takes to stop Bludgeon.
Which is very little, fortunately.
Yep. Finback and Skullgrin. He's got the Terrorcons. Yep. I should have known. Furman really goes into the deep cuts, doesn't he?
Yep.
I find your lack of faith disturbing. I don't think the Darth Vader voice fits Bludgeon.
No.
You know, actually, in the Cyberverse cartoon, he doesn't talk at all. Megatron just points him at a problem and he makes it not a problem.
Hmm.
Thunderwing, never did want to live forever. That's not confirmed, Springer, but given the circumstances, I'm taking no chances. Our ETA is 19 megacycles, you? About that. We'll rendezvous on Lunar 2's dark side. Fine. Look, Prime, if it is Thunderwing, conventional weaponry won't cut it. We know that from bitter experience. If all else fails, I say we burn what's left of Cybertron and that monstrosity along with it. I'll take that under advisement. Prime out. Kind of sounds like whatever Thunderwing thing was doing in an attempt to stop Cybertron's ecosystem from collapsing was what caused it.
Yep. He basically, in his attempt to save it, he ended up making it even worse.
You're letting sentiment blind you to the reality of our current situation. We hit this thing with everything we had, and it just kept on coming. Chances are it's still not dead. We have to make sure finish the job by nuking the entire planet. No, I won't accept that. As it is, our short-sightedness has pushed Cybertron to the very brink. I won't see it destroyed. If you precipitate any such action, I will stop you. Very well, but Prime, on your head be it. And it was bad enough that Megatron was willing to cooperate temporarily with Optimus.
Yep.
So, yeah. Whatever Thunderwing did, it was very, very, very bad. Optimus Prime? Oh, dogfight, isn't it? Yes, sir. I just want to say what an honor it is to serve alongside you on this mission. I'm very excited for the opportunity. Excited? Let us hope, dogfight, that when one way or another this is all over, that sentiment prevails. He's gonna die, isn't he?
No. Surprisingly, very few die in this.
Alright, so some of the Technobots managed to escape. They're trying to run to the escape pod from the ship. Oh, yeah, it was the two that were still in orbit.
Yep. Somehow they survived.
But unfortunately, they're not alone, it looks like. It looks like they got found by Ed 209s. I don't know what these guys are.
Basically drones.
Okay, no, they didn't get... Okay, no, they managed to avoid getting spotted. Oh, Centurion drones. Oh, so they are Ed 209s, basically.
Huh.
How long has it been since you last saw RoboCop?
Been a while. But they also looked like Cylons, since Battlestar Galactica was also pretty popular at the time.
Oh, yeah, the reboot series. Yeah. It was good. It was mostly good for the first 3 seasons, and the last season got really weird.
They just didn't know what they were doing after
Yeah,
after
they
killing off Starbuck.
I don't think they really were sure how to end it either. Like they got, but that's a difference. But that's another story.
Yep.
Well, they got caught. Hey, while back on Nebulos. We have a Decepticon infiltrators on the. There's on Nebulos.
What a surprise.
We saw the signs, the portents, the dark clouds gathering on our horizons, and yet we averted our eyes, pretended it wasn't coming. Yada, yada, yada. We know. Heard this before. Oh, Thunderwing is still alive.
Of course. And that's when it all goes crazy.
Alright. Issue 3. And he is bringing the apocalypse to Nebulos, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
He is just... Ha! Judgment, Nemesis, Armageddon, Apocalypse. Ha ha. I'm doing your work for you, Simon. Now, worlds will burn, and from the ashes of the funeral pyres lit the length and breadth of the galaxy. A new Cybertron will arise. This is just the beginning. When the entity is finished on Nebulos, when it has reduced the planet to a cinder and eradicated every living thing on it, we will send it onwards to another planet and another. All hail Thunderwing! Iguanus, engage the auto driver. Right your bludgeon done. Good. Our little weapon of mass destruction knows what's expected of it by now, and I am anxious. Okay, it turns out that he basically is using Thunderwing like a weapon.
Yep.
Let's see how our other project is progressing. Open pressure Vat Beta 3. Poor Thunderwing. His bio-cybernetic grafting process was a truly staggering innovation. But alas, untested. Instead of protecting him, the shell's symbiotic fusion process drove him mad, destroyed his mind. We, on the other hand, have the benefit of a more measured research, some trial and error. In the fullness of time, we will all have unlimited power, invulnerability, and the wit to use them. And the pilots, whose names I forgot, are getting their asses kicked by the drones.
Yeah. Well, what do you expect? They're injured and they just survived a crash or explosion.
Yep. And in comes the cavalry.
AKA the Wreckers.
Hostiles are down. Top spin. Status. Life signs are erratic, Robuster. We need to stabilize. Not here. Area's too hot. World, prepare for emergency evac. Set. Nose cone. Nose cone. Group superhero, group pose, or group shot, or whatever. Fuck, I don't know what that's called.
The hero team sat.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like Deadpool had a line like that in one of the movies. Yeah, took a bit. So yeah, now Optimus and the Wreckers are here. So now they can get to rescuing Jetfire and the others. And meanwhile, Thunderwing is wreaking havoc on Nebulos. I think it's fair to say this is not where the headmasters come from in this universe.
No. Honestly, I think a lot of the gimmicks that they had for toys didn't really make an appearance in IDW. Combiners, because why not?
They did. Combiners did, especially when the Combiner Wars line rolled out.
Yeah, I think around the Combiner Wars, it became they were given a toy line to work off of.
Well, I think that was also something that kind of might have come down from Hasbro.
Yeah.
Like they needed to get comics out to tie in, for promotional reasons. I mean, they kind of did the same thing with Windblade.
Yeah.
And in fact, later in the later IDW comics, it's like Starscream was this happened a lot with Starscream. Like they would change his look from comic to comic based on what toy line was being sold.
And somehow Armada Starscream was his new body.
Yeah.
But they also did a whole lot of weird things, such as having Prowl be one of the Constructicons when they formed Devastator.
Whole rabbit hole we don't have time for. So yeah. Thunderwing is wreaking havoc, and these infiltrators are now realizing they are in trouble. Oh, because this means their mission is completely foobar.
Oh, yeah.
So, about the only thing they really can and do is just remove any and all traces they have of themselves and leave. And while back on Cybertron, Wreckers are digging. And Optimus is going to go with them. And they're about to make an entrance.
In the kind of way only the Wreckers can.
Take them out, Wreckers! Hard and fast! Save the IDs for the body bags! Bob burst! I see! Bludgeon! Where? Ah! They are putting up a fight, but they are hopelessly outclassed. Now to run. Oh, and it looks like Bludgeon's gonna get into the fight.
Or at least that's what they make you think.
It's the end of the world as we know it. The end of the world, and I'm feeling fine. And they just got noticed by Thunderwing. They are all dead, aren't they?
Pretty much, but like I said, this is a low body count look for Furman.
Oh, so Furman's known for really killing off characters.
And Nightbeat.
Yeah, they're just... Yeah, these poor saps. They should have just run.
Yeah, they should have, but they didn't.
Oh! Darkwings is about to take out Anyone who just saw Transformers 1 is going to feel very good in a little bit. Back on Cybertron. They found Bludgeon, and it looks like... It looks like
Yeah.
his perfected pretender shell isn't working like he thought.
Oh no, what a shame.
Was too soon. To polydermal grafting. Thunderwing's outlawed experiments. Yes. The exoshell hadn't been duraligned. Psychic backlash bludgeons mind. Couldn't. Locked in a prison of his own making. One can't help but feel he got off lightly. Jetfire. Prime, shut it down. The Axis Cradle, shut it down now. Axis Cradle. That. Oh, well, why didn't you just say? They let it out. Those blinker deranged maniacs, they let it... easy, easy. Will that be enough Jetfire to end this? I hope so. Prime. Because if it doesn't stop, I don't know what will. And now on Earth. That's what Darkwing said. Thunderwing, now that is a name I never wanted to hear again. Indeed. Let me be clear on this, Razor Claw. You will take whatever steps are necessary to curtail this second coming. If entire worlds must burn, then so be it. Including Cybertron? Yes, especially Cybertron. Anything. Lots. It's trying to decide what's relevant and what's not. For instance, there's a whole sub-file on something called Ultra Energon. It's what Bludgeon used to. What is that? Broadside? Some kind of orbital perimeter alarm. It's presumably how they picked up the Cali by Yao. Decepticons? Thunderwing. Epic climax!
Oh yeah.
This is how it ends. In thunder and spitting lightning. In a storm-lashed onslaught. Our past transgressions and blinkered iniquities. Revisited and purging fire and roaring fury. Fate-crushing, inexorable. Cannot, will not. Be held at bay indefinitely. It's Thunderwing! He's coming back! But we destroyed the Axis thing. You said that's what was keeping him going, right? Wrong. I said the Axis Cradle was controlling Thunderwing, directing his actions. Without it, some kind of homing instinct must have kicked in. There's no conscious mind at work. I'm sure of it. But that won't stop Thunderwing picking up where he left off. Springer. The wreckers stand ready, Prime. But frankly, the combined firepower of two whole armies couldn't stop it last time, and conditions topside aren't exactly hospitable. Thunderwing's got natural protection, we haven't. Jetfire. Legend used something he dubbed Ultra Energon to re-empower Thunderwing. It's what we detected from orbit. I'm trying to decrypt his files, but it's slow going. Keep trying. Find me something, anything, we can use against it. We don't quite know how Thunderwing will react, or what exactly he'll do once he reaches Cybertron, but he has to be stopped at any cost. Any cost? If all else fails, yes. Well, hang on. You're talking about sacrificing Cybertron itself. After all we've been through to preserve it? I pray, Jetfire, it will not come to that. Looks like even the Decepticons are monitoring the situation. Wonder how scared they are.
Oh, you can only imagine how bad it'd be facing off against something that can cause the apocalypse.
Yeah. But according to Razor Claw, which... Oh, wait, if this is Razor Claw, that means... these are all Predacons.
Yep.
Yeah.
On one side, you got Predacons. The other side, you've got Technobots.
Yeah. 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 But, yeah. They're gonna... And, yeah, if it's... But if the choice is between fighting Thunderwing and disobeying Megatron... They're gonna well, as Razor Claw puts it, the planet is toast. Yeah, they are more scared of Megatron than they are of Thunderwing.
Well, you know, Megatron is pretty terrifying.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. So, yep, flashback to Thunderwing's experience with Pretender technology and what it wound up doing to him. And he's just landed and he's just standing there. You know. Encase ourselves in symbiotic carapaces. The bodily tissue culled from living subjects. The neurosphere spliced the neocortex of the wearer. And enough of all the unnatural, misguided, ill-conceived. Your remit is decontinued, decommissioned. Sounds like
Ironic concerning his Megatron's involvement with the G1 Marvel Pretenders.
I guess, but no, here he was completely against the idea. They're fucked. And yeah. And now Thunderwing's unleashing the storm. I am the storm that is approaching, provoking.
The interesting thing about Megatron in this series is that this one is more like a warrior king at times.
Alright, now they gotta run because he just kicked off the storm.
Oh, yeah.
You know, considering he already completely wrecked Cybertron, how much worse can he make it?
Well, he can go to other planets, so...
I know that, but, like, just with Cybertron specifically.
Well, I'll break it down. I completely destroy it.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they fight, 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 and they fight. But they've got no chance because Thunderwing is just too damn powerful. Like Springer said, the combined forces of the Autobots and the Decepticons couldn't take him down.
Yeah. And it's a lost cause.
Yeah.
Which is obviously why the records are there.
Yes. They're giving it all. For all the good it's doing them. Still, there are warriors worthy of our respect, and perhaps our help. Time to orbital barrage. 38 cycles. Very well. Dive bomb organized to assault teams. Do what you can to see in the time available. But once we reach the main firing sequence threshold, leave them all to burn. Can't keep it! And all the jet skis go! Point blank, go before! Vertet. Tactical resources currently unavailable. It's happening again. Whatever we do, whatever we throw at it, it isn't enough. Prime, I may have something. You've decrypted the files? No, gave up on that. And with the Technobot's help, I'll focus on analyzing the power source itself. This so-called Ultra Energon contains radically unstable elemental matter. The more Thunderwing draws upon its fissionable core, the greater the adverse catalytic reaction. In plain language, please. Right, of course. The source is feeding upon itself. It's really only suitable for short, intense hits. The greater the effort, the faster it's consumed. Therefore, we need to engage big time. With what, Jetfire? With what? So, the solution is... make him burn out. How are they going to do that?
Well, they've got the drones. They've got Optimus Prime and Wreckers. And they're likely going to have Decepticon support.
Yeah, like, right now. Is that Spinister?
Looks like it.
It's gonna be funny considering what they do with him later in the IDW universe.
Huh.
Oh, they got the drones operational. And they're gonna send them out just to throw bodies at Thunderwing. Question is, can they remain retarded longer than he can remain functional?
I think we all know the answer to that one.
Oh my god, he's got a super mode.
Yep.
Rampage, time to barrage. Rise at the firing sequence threshold. If we want to abort, it has to be as soon. So I want... Okay. Are they putting that ship on a... Are they gonna ram Thunderwing with their ship? I guess we'll find out. Thunderwing, this ends now. This is how it ends. Understand, we are all culpable here. All participants in that tragedy that... in the tragedy that is Cybertron. By the time we looked up from our bitter entrenchments, it was too late. Cybertron was locked in its death throes. The damage had been done. True, you saw it coming. But your response was misguided at best, inflammatory at worst. 30 nanoclicks to threshold? In trying to save yourself, you tapped technologies neither tried nor tested, and so began a descent into madness that almost wiped out our entire race. Or die trying. Rampage abort firing sequence. Huh. Did Optimus take him down?
What do you think?
Yeah. Well. No sign of even the most basic molecular activity. It's over. Is it? Who knows what damage Thunderwing did wherever Bludgeon sent him. And then there's this Ultra Energon. Where did that come from? I want answers, Jetfire. Sooner rather than later. Because as bad as this has been, I fear there's potential here for things to get much, much worse. Anything. Plenty. Seems Bludgeon was given the job of de-archive in some kind of sealed work in progress cache. I'm still working on its point of origin. Anyway, he stumbled across something called Regenesis. Regenesis. A kind of cosmic scene initiative. We're missing a lot of the whys and wherefores. I suspect Bludgeon deleted a lot of it himself, but ultimately, the trail led him to a planet called Earth. Earth. You know it? Just before all this started, I received a pulse wave from Earth. Prowl's detachment. The Decepticons there engaged siege mode unexpectedly. Coincidence? I'm not a great believer in it. Crosshairs! Set a course for Earth. Continued in Transformers Escalation.
Yeah, it's basically one giant Transformer battle.
Oh, yeah. Well, compared to Infiltration, this definitely moved a lot quicker. This definitely delivered on more Transformer action.
Oh yeah. You get some more in Escalation too. Even Optimus Prime versus Megatron.
Though. And not only it is, you know, it does not hurt that there's such an upgrade in the art from going with Don Figueroa. Like this just looked great all around. Especially with Josh Burcham's colors.
Well, unfortunately, this is the only miniseries to have the Don Figueroa art style.
Yeah, so what are we looking at? More EJ Sue?
For the next two volumes, and then Revelations has some other ones.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to look it up.
And yeah, we don't need to know now, but yeah, I don't think we need to know that now. But yeah, like I know you said that and that Infiltration was a must-own.
Yeah, it largely sets everything up. You get to know what the war is like, the different phases, and whatnot.
So it's a must-own just so you can have a foundation to work off of.
Yeah.
This is a must-own just because it is such a kick-ass story.
Well, for the most part, when it comes to the overall story, you do have also the spotlights where it's fill in the blanks, such as there are also when we get to Revelation, there are also Decepticons who are introduced in the spotlight but aren't in the other miniseries, such as Monstructor, RC, the little backstory that was extremely controversial.
Oh, yeah. Won't talk about that now, but if you know. And also, like, this is just like Optimus in this is just classic Furman writing, because this is just like how he did it when he wrote him in the Marvel comics.
Yep. And apparently, the Dead Universe storyline is concluded with a Dark Cybertron arc. Honestly, I don't have the patience to go through all that IDW stuff.
Well, there is a point where we're gonna sort of jump off, and there's a reason why, which we'll get to when that comes. So I don't think we're going to be covering all of the IDW comics, just up to a certain point. Although, if we feel like it, we might come back to it. But we're not going to be doing the whole thing in one go. But yeah, anyway, like, yeah, I really like this miniseries was a lot better than I remembered it being, and not just. Although, to be fair, the first time I read this, like I said, I just sort of skimmed through it, or just because I was just looking for more Wrecker stuff, not because I was coming off Last Stand of the Wreckers, which was such a kick-ass book.
Well, the records do appear in Furman's later Regeneration 1 series.
Yeah, but yeah, Regeneration 1 was kind of picking up where the Marvel's full series left off.
Yeah, though, unfortunately, Springer dies early on.
Yeah, that kind of ticks me off. So yeah.
Well, like you asked, if Furman was known for killing off characters.
Yeah. So yeah. Cool story, great art. Basically has a Transformers dream team working on it. Absolute. I would agree with Matt that Infiltration's a must own. Oh, and I'm kind of more. That's a more tacit recommendation on my part. With this is an enthusiastic recommend. Absolutely get this. Matt?
Yeah, it's everything you expect from a Transformers comic, and then some. Because not only is it a fan favorite artist, but also an artist who got started off of his own webcomic.
Show. So yeah, before we had started the show, I told Matt that I'd found a reading list for all the Phase 1 IDW books. So, do we go to Escalation next, or do you think now we Or do you think we should cover the Spotlight issues?
Maybe the Spotlight. Oh, let me see what's in Volume 1 first.
Volume 1 is... Hold up, I told you this. Volume 1 is Shockwave, Nightbeat, Six Shot, Hot Rod, and Ultra Magnus.
Okay, Shockwave is the is gonna be something to read, but the others are further down the line kind of stories.
So I guess we'll move on. We could move on to Escalation and package Shockwave's with Spotlight issue with it.
Sure.
All right. All right. Next week, Escalation plus the Spotlight Shockwave issue. All right. And if
Okay.
I just want to look up some. I just want to look up something. Something first. Let's see. When were you published?
I do think you're gonna like Spotlight Optimus Prime because
Yeah.
Don Figueroa comes back for it.
Oh hell yeah. November 6th, 2000. November 2006 to April 2007. Okay, so this one is. Okay. And the movie came out. And the movie came out in. Came out in July. So now we're really gonna start writing the hype of the movie. Because
Yeah.
I think around that time the first teaser trailer dropped.
I'm looking at at Spotlight Wheelie, and it looks like Furman was thinking about bringing in the Quintessons for it.
What?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, we'll probably find out in a later show. All right.
All right.
We'll sit. All right. We will see you guys next week with Escalation and Spotlight Shockwave.
That we will.
All right.